All right. Hello, everyone. A very good evening to all of you, and welcome to the free Shiksha TOEFL classes once again. And very soon we'll be starting with the class, but just a small reminder that if you have not registered so far with us yet, then please do register with the help of the link which is given in the description below, and also subscribe to our YouTube channel with the same name, Shiksha Study Abroad. All right. So welcome all of you once again. I can see a lot of people commenting already their names and the locations from where they are actually seeing us live. So that's really great. Without my asking, you're doing your job. So yes, I really want to know. I would really like to see, and I would really love to see, in fact, that who all are taking our classes live and from where. So I would love to see if you can just comment down your locations. That would be really good to know, from my part that, okay, these are the people from where they are, learning the TOEFL for the TOEFL exam. And these are the people whom I'm actually teaching in different parts of India, maybe, or maybe outside India. So we are getting a lot of traffic and a lot of learners from outside India as well. And that's a great response, guys. Thank you so much for joining us live. And I'm sure these classes are going to be a boon for you. And it would be like an add on to your practice session. I'm sure about that. Okay. So without any further delay, let me start with the today's session. And apart from that, I would also like to remind all of you that there is a good news for you. In fact, all of you who are watching us live right now. And the good news is that you will get a referral code with which you can avail the special discounts. So that particular referral code is for TOEFL and plus GRE students who are willing to give these two exams. So we have the same code for the TOEFL exam individually, and you can use that referral code, the same code which I'll provide you in the end of the session for GRE plus TOEFL course as well. So you can avail special discounts on them. So that is kind of good news for all of you. All right, so I can see a lot of people commenting their locations. Vishal is saying I'm from Nepal. So Vishal, I know you now because since 2 days, since we have started the classes, you have been joining us daily on a continuous basis. So that's great. And then we have Daniel. Okay, Daniel is from Nigeria. Ananya is from Delhi. Okay. So hi Ananya, I'm also from Delhi. I reside in Delhi currently. Okay. Then Toin is from UAE. Okay. Mohammed is from Afghanistan. Great. Dos Santos is from Vietnam. And Hajar is from Morocco. Okay. Wow, that's great. So lot of variety of countries and cities we can see on the comment section right now. So you can assume this that it is such an important class that and so popular. This TOEFL exam is so popular among the migrating candidates that everybody wants to listen to what is going on in the class actually. So that's great. That's great. So Sanika is from India. Yes, Sanika, I know you too. So hi, Sanika. I can see you again in the today's class. That's great. Okay, guys. One more confirmation from for all of you that you can see it on the first slide of the PPT itself that we are being affiliated with ETS TOEFL as well. So that is again a very good news for us and for everybody who is listening and seeing us right now. So yes, they are a big support. As you know, ETS is a very big organization and it helps in the TOEFL organization of the exam. So yes, it's a very glad thing for us. So we are very very overwhelmed by this. Thank you so much ETS for supporting us. And with this, now we start the today's class. So guys, as you already know that in August we are having this daily TOEFL classes. So in that 1 hour of 5 to 6 p.m. we usually cover up all the details and all the modules of the TOEFL exam. So right now we have started with reading, from the first August itself, we started with reading and we are continuing with it because there are a lot of kinds of questions. And those questions, I'm taking up one or two questions, question kinds in a day. So today, basically, we'll be focusing on another two kinds of questions in the reading module itself. So, the first question which I am going to show you is about reading vocabulary questions, and then we will be throwing some light on sentence simplification questions. Okay, so guys, again, be ready for your writing on the comment section because I'm going to give you one question, and that question is that what do you understand or what do you analyze by looking at this first kind of question here? That is reading vocabulary questions. So what do you actually think that this question might be? So according to your assumption or inference or the guessing work or whatever you have understood by these phrases here, let me know what is the meaning which you actually derive out of it. So in simple and short words, I want you to write down in the comment section, what do you think reading vocabulary questions mean? So I want you to write down the meaning and not in very big sentences. Please try to write it down in maybe one or two words or a phrase. Okay. So yes, let's start and let me see how many of you actually come in top 5 or top 10, in writing the answers. So yes, let's try to make this class more active and engaging. I just don't want you to keep on teaching. I don't want you to keep on learning from me. I want you to interact. Okay, so Mochi is saying word meaning. Okay, that is somewhat correct in a very casual and normal form of language, but yes, it means little bit similar, not exactly, but yes, quite similar and quite close to the answer. So okay, Mochi says word meaning. Any other word or synonym or any other phrase which you want to give for this particular question? Yes guys, I'm waiting. So I'm giving you a minute and you'll have to write down the meaning, whatever you have understood by this first question on the comment section. So I'm going to take your name and I'm going to take the answer which you have written. So Ananya says to answer the synonym of the word from a provided passage. Very good, very good. Very close to the answer. In fact, that is the actual answer. Heavy words in essay writing. Okay, not just heavy, but maybe uncommon words or synonyms of the same words that can be said. And yes, I don't want you to copy it down from the Google. Okay, whatever you know by yourself, I want you to write that information. Even if it is wrong, that's not an issue. So Maureen says heavy words. Yes, so Maureen, I have already told you, not just heavy, but it can be any other uncommon word as well. Then Vishal says what the word meant for in the passage. Okay, that's great. That's great. Thank you so much for writing that. Now, from my side, I am going to show you what is the actual meaning of this kind of question, and then we are going to see what can be the tips and strategies, and I'm going to show you some sample questions also related to it, so that you know in the exam when you sit for the exam, you know that okay, I'm attempting reading vocabulary question now. Okay, so that you can recognize them. All right, so let's start with it. Okay guys, so one more thing which I wanted to introduce you with is TOEFL latest pattern. So people who are joining us new today, you must be aware of this. If you are not, then that's not an issue. I'm going to tell you that there has been slight change in the pattern and syllabus of TOEFL. So let's go through the revised number of questions and the timings. Okay, so I'm going to start with the reading module first. So reading has been reduced to 20 questions. That's a good news. And timing has been reduced to 35 minutes. Okay, and you can compare it with the older pattern if you want to, but this is the latest pattern which you should actually look out for. So listening will be 28 questions in total now, and the timing which would be required for listening is 36 minutes. Then for speaking, 4 tasks and 16 minutes, and writing again 2 tasks and 29 minutes. So the whole total time, which was earlier 3 hours for TOEFL, that has been reduced to under 2 hours, approx 1 minute 56, 1 hour and 56 minutes, like that. So yes, that's a good news for TOEFL aspiring candidates. Okay. Alright guys, so I am going to read about reading vocabulary question now, and I really want you to focus on that because now we are going to read about it. So it's very important as a TOEFL candidate to understand what kind of question are you going to get in the exam. Okay, so let's read about it. As a way to test your knowledge of academic words and phrases, the vocabulary question type on the test is fairly straightforward, right? So in the passage, 1 or 2 words will be underlined and you will be asked to choose an option. that is closest in meaning to those underlined. The best way to succeed on this question type is to know as as many vocabulary words as possible. But if you really don't know the meaning of the word, we have three simple strategies that can help you conquer this type of question. So many times it can happen that just by looking at the word, you cannot recognize the meaning or you cannot remember it. So we have, three-step strategy for ready for you, which you can apply to this particular question when you are stuck in it. So let's see what can be those three strategies. So first strategy is connect the word to the one you already know. Okay, so this strategy means that you can always try to connect the unknown word with a word in the same sentence that you do know. So let's look at an example. So I have formulated the sample questions as well along with that strategy so that you know how to apply that particular strategy to the question. Okay, so the assessment of past, this is the sample passage till sea level. So the question says the word remnants, okay, remnants in the passage is closest to meaning to what? The answer is A means remains. Okay, so we know the meaning of the word former, so you can probably guess the answer is related to the meaning of former, right? Hence, the answer is A. So you can see here, raised beaches are remnants of former coastlines. So you can recognize the word which has come up for vocabulary question. For example, remnants. This is the word which they have asked for, their meaning. So to derive its meaning, we have to read that particular sentence in which that word has been used, and we can take out the meaning. If we even if we do not know the exact meaning, we can actually guess it out by reading the sentence and by seeing the words which have been used before and after it. Okay, that is the great approach. Now if I tell you the second strategy, that is understand through context. So, understanding the context of the passage is another helpful strategy for capturing the meaning of highlighted word in this type of question. So, let's look at the example. Now, again, this is a passage, and the word retarded has been, asked for the meaning. So, we'll read out the sentence. The release of heat energy is retarded by the tall, vertical city walls that do not allow infrared radiation to escape as readily as does the relatively level surface of the surrounding countryside. I know it's a very big sentence, but you can actually highlight the important words which will help you out to derive the meaning of the word retarded. Although we do know the meaning of retarded, it can be used in many of the contexts, but here the context is different. You should actually know that the word has different uses. So the usages of the word at that particular same word, it makes the different meanings. So here, according to the sentence, the word retarded in the passage is closest in meaning to, the answer is D, that is slowed down, right? That means reversed. So slowed down, the answer is D. Let's first simplify the meaning of the sentence that contains the prompt word. So first you have to simplify the meaning of that word, okay, which contains the word prompt. That means retarded word, whatever words have been used here and there just near that word, you have to derive the meaning by using the help of those words. So for that, you will have to read the whole sentence, okay, and then you will have to come to conclusion that okay, the meaning of this word in this passage is related to this, right? So this is how you derive it. Now if I talk about the third strategy, that is check if the word is an adjective, adverb, verb or noun and eliminate incorrect choices. So here we will be using the elimination process. Okay, so yesterday also in my video I told you what is an elimination process. When we do not need particular options, we try to strike it out so that it becomes easy for us to come to the correct answer very quickly. Okay, so the third strategy is check if the word is an adjective, adverb or noun and eliminate the incorrect choices. So keep in mind this strategy is only to help you eliminate incorrect choices so that you reach to the correct answer very quickly. You still need to rely on other techniques to solve this question. Let's look at an example. So here is again a sample passage, and the word which has been asked is unequivocal. Okay, so the word unequivocal in the passage is closest in meaning to which word? Deniable, unambiguous, unclear or largely. So the answer is B. B is the correct answer. That is unambiguous. Okay. So meaning leaving no doubt. Using this strategy, we know that the word unequivocal is an adjective. So we can eliminate choice D, largely, which is an adverb. So we can, read the sentence here. So let's read it out. So the sentence is, coprolites yield unequivocal evidence about the dietary habits of dinosaurs. Right? So we can see the words which have been used before and after. For example, evidence. And then we know the meaning of equi. That means equal, the same, right? So un means the not equal. So we can actually derive the meaning by twisting and turning certain words and seeing what are the prefixes or suffixes being used in the word. Like for example, un has been used with equi, so unequal or unequivocal, so that means which is not equal, right? Something like that. And then you can see the options which have been given to you, and the one which you think is closest to what you think is the answer, that would be your correct answer, right? Okay. Now, now I'll come to essential information question, which are also known as sentence simplification. So before I actually read about it, again I want you to, you know, um, write down on the comment section what is the meaning of this particular question. What do you think is the meaning of sentence simplification questions? Yes. So I'm waiting, guys. You can comment it down. I'm giving you half a minute. Okay, within half a minute you will write down the answer, and then I will tell you the meaning of this particular question. So let me see who all who all write down and come on top 5 or top 10, and then I will take your name and I will tell you to and I will also take your answer. So let me see how many of you actually can derive the answer for this particular question, sentence simplification question. So how many of you actually know what does this question mean? So if you have been practicing TOEFL by yourself for very long, then definitely you'll be knowing it. But even if you do not know, you can write down the answer, and even if it is wrong, that's not an issue. So gradually, anyway, eventually I'm going to tell you the answer. Okay. So Ananya is saying to rewrite the sentence using simplified words. Okay, great, great. Maureen says synonyms. Toin, writing a statement in its simplest form. And then Arya, simplify a particular sentence in different. Okay. Mohammed says topic sentence. Okay. Wow, what a great effort. So I can see that a lot of you actually know the meaning, and maybe you're trying your best to explain it, and that effort can be seen. So thank you so much for writing that. Thank you, guys. So you can stop writing now, and now I'll take you to another question of the day, which is essential information, and it is also known as sentence simplification. So let's read about it first. So in an essential information question, you will see the question, you see an entire sentence highlighted in the reading passage. So the question will ask you to choose which of the 4 answer option sentences is equal to the highlighted sentence. The correct sentence will be paragraphed, okay? So it is different than the highlighted one, but still conveys all the important information. Incorrect sentences will represent a detail or concept inaccurately, leave out an important detail, and change the original meaning of the sentence. Okay, so this is the kind of information which you should actually know before attempting this question, so that you get the correct answer in one go. Now we will look at the example to understand it better. What do I actually mean? So the sample question and answer, you can see the paragraph here, and you can also see a line, a long sentence, a lengthy sentence being marked in bold and underlined, right? So this is the sentence which you actually have to match with those 4 options, and you have to see which one is the closest to answer. So this particular sentence in the passage has to be matched with this. So you can see here there are 4 options, A, B, C and D, right? And the question is, which of the sentences below best expresses the essential information in the highlighted sentence in paragraph 4. Incorrect choices change the meaning in important ways or leave out essential information. Okay, so you have to choose one option which is quite similar and which is exactly similar to which best expresses the information. So you have to actually look for the essential or important information which is given in one of these four options. So you have to choose and then you have to match it with this particular sentence in the question. Okay, so we can read the sentence here. Numerous plants and animals abruptly cease to appear in the fossil record when transitioning from rock strata marking the end of the Cretaceous to those denoting the start of the Cenozoic, the era succeeding the Mesozoic. Okay, so this is the particular information which has been given for this paragraph, and the answer to this is A. Why? Because it is highlighting the important information here. Evidence from the fossil record implies a sudden extinction event affecting numerous plants and animals at the conclusion of the Mesozoic era. So basically, this is the same sentence which is given in the paragraph, but it has been paraphrased. So if you look for the synonyms, you'll find out that the meaning is not changing, it's just the twisting and turning of the words, right? So you actually have to match the sentence which is similar in meaning and has the same essential information which is in the passage, and it has the same information in the question as well. So we have to find out that option. Okay, so apart from B, C and D, you can also read B, C and D, and you can then see that okay, which one is matching the most and which one is actually similar to the sentence in passage. So that will be your answer. Okay, now guys, so that is all from my side for today's class. It was a short class because we had to cover up only two short topics. It was not quite lengthy, but yes, now I want to devote some time for question and answers session, Q&A session. So as you know, if you are a regular attendee in my classes, then definitely you'll be knowing it that I give you a certain amount of time in the end to ask your doubts and queries. So now is the time. Let me take your doubts and queries one by one. You can comment it down on the comment section. So while you comment your queries and your problems, your doubts about the today's class or maybe anything related to TOEFL, let me tell you that you can register yourself with the link which is given in the description below. It's a blue highlighted link, so that will basically take you to our landing page where we have the TOEFL calendar. So you can follow that calendar and you can click on any link which you want to attend. So even if you have missed out the previous videos, so we had started IELTS also in June, and then we had bi-weekly classes for IELTS, in July, and the same we are having in August as well. And we have started TOEFL also on a daily basis. So all these videos have been already uploaded on our YouTube channel, Shiksha Study Abroad. So you can actually subscribe with us so that you do not miss out on any notification. And then maybe you can gradually re-watch the videos, and if you have any queries after watching the videos, definitely please do not hesitate to write down your queries on the comment section, because we regularly answer our candidates queries. Okay, so somebody is asking, is TOEFL computer based? Yes, so earlier TOEFL was paper based as well, but now paper based is no more there for the TOEFL exam, and it is completely computer based. So Ananya says, which is better, TOEFL or IELTS? Can you tell the difference and things to remember while choosing one? Yes. So I think Ananya, the link which I am telling you to register with, which is given in the description below. So through that link, you can also reach out to our expert counseling team who will be, glad to help you throughout your journey, whether you're giving TOEFL or IELTS. And I think they will be the best people to guide you on these particular exams. But yes, as per your question, I would love to tell you the difference. So TOEFL is, less globally recognized now, although it is very much popular and it is accepted globally, but not like IELTS. IELTS has more traffic. Okay, and in IELTS we have the opportunity and chance of giving the paper on paper as well. That means we have the paper based test and we have the computer based test for IELTS. But now for TOEFL we only have the computer based test. And if you want to know that which exam should you actually give, then definitely the counseling team would be the best people to talk to, because they will guide you very nicely and very briefly about in detail, in fact, not brief, in detail about these two exams according to your eligibility, your requirements, and where do you actually want to study or work. So according to those criterias, counseling team would be able to tell you the best about these two exams, which one should you actually give. So yes, please refer to the link which is given in the description below, and definitely you will get in touch with them. And of course, do not worry, you do not have to pay anything because our counseling team gives the counseling for free. It's free of cost, just like these classes. Okay. So is ETS material sufficient or anything else is required? Well, I have listed down the books and references also in my first class, 1st August class. So please refer to that video, and in one of the slides in the end of the video, you will find out the books and references. So from there, you can pick up any one or two best books which you like and which are affordable to you, and then you can practice from there. Okay. Anyway, I'm showing you sample question and answers. You can revise from that as well. But I know myself as a TOEFL expert that won't be enough. So I will be providing you a self assessment. To self assess yourself, a mock test in the end of August. So on the last day of August, I'm going to give you a mock test, a full paper mock test, where you will be having all the questions related to all 4 modules. Okay, so you can practice from there as well. But right now you can refer to the books and references which I mentioned in the first video. So please refer to that first video. It is present on our YouTube channel. You can find it there, the 1st August video. So I hope, Sanika, that answers your question. Taking up the question from Bishal now. So Bishal has asked, how much marks is allocated for academic writing? So Bishal, please do not confuse TOEFL and IELTS. IELTS has two categories, academic and general training. TOEFL has no category, no such category as academic and general training. Okay, it is only present in IELTS. So in TOEFL we just have one kind of exam, and that exam is same for everybody. All right. So if you are asking for IELTS, then definitely IELTS is more globally accepted, and there are bands which are given in IELTS. Whereas in TOEFL we have a score of 120 total. Maximum score is 120. So yes, you have to get the score from 120, and every module is divided into 30 marks. Okay, so 30 marks for one module in TOEFL. That means for 4 modules 120. Hence, the total marks 120 for TOEFL and total of 9 bands in IELTS. So please do not confuse both, because as far as I remember, I saw you in one of my classes yesterday for IELTS as well. So please do not attempt both the classes. If you need the training for both, that's fine. Then you can attend it. But please do not confuse both the syllabus or both the exams together. Okay. I hope, Vishal, that answers your question. So now taking up the question for Venkata. So Venkata is asking, which one is best in TOEFL or Duolingo? I want to study Ireland. So again, Venkata, I would love to see if you can just register with the link in the description below. So guys, your half of the questions can be answered by the counseling team, because I am a trainer. I am related to training purpose. I can give you answers related to training purpose. But I think asking about the exams and which exam should you actually give, the counseling team would be the best people to ask to answer this kind of question, because they will ask you your requirements, your eligibility, and what do you want to study, what are you doing right now. Okay, so all these things will be asked by them, and then they will be the best people to answer you that which exam should you actually go for. All right, either TOEFL or Duolingo or ET, or by PTE or IELTS, whatever. Right. So I hope, Venkata, that answers your question. Please register with the link. That would help you. Coming to Arya's question. So Arya is asking, for September 2024 intake, why should we give exam only till September? Can't we give it after September also? Well, that is the peak season. So most of the candidates give it during that time. I mean, take the exam during that time. That is why it is suggested to take the exam between September and all of that. But yes, if you want to apply later, that can also be the scene, that can also be allowed, and that is actually allowed. You can take the exam whenever you want. TOEFL, IELTS, all these exams happen on a daily basis, on a monthly basis, and every year. Okay, so there is no particular timing that you should give the TOEFL exam then only. It's just about the colleges. Many of the universities and colleges, they accept the forms during this time. Okay. And next question is from Vishal. So Vishal says, out of two tasks in one academic and another in integrated, I just want to know how much marks is allocated for each. Okay, so are you asking about the two writing tasks? Well, writing tasks, writing module, as I said, every module in TOEFL is divided into 30 marks. Okay, so writing module is also divided into 30 marks. Definitely both are provided the marks equally. So for integrated task and for academic discussion, we have both the equal kinds of marks. Okay, so if there will be any change regarding that marking criteria as well, I'll be telling you, don't worry about that. But just remember that for writing in total, you have 30 marks. Okay, out of 30, you have to get the marks in writing module in the TOEFL exam. So I hope, Vishal, that answers your question. So Sanika is saying, thank you, ma'am. Yes, it did. Okay, welcome. Mohammed says, thank you, ma'am. Thank you, miss. You are great. Okay, thank you so much. So I am no more miss, by the way, but yes, thank you. All right, guys, any other question? So, guys, if you have any other question later as well, please do not hesitate to, ask your doubts and queries on the comment section. Also, as promised, I want to show you the code which I wanted to give you in the end of the class. So this is the code SHIK602023. I will also write it down on the comment section so that it's easy for you to just copy paste it if you want to apply it while registering with us for the TOEFL course. Okay, so the code is SHIK 602023. Okay, this is the particular code. I have just mentioned it on the comment section, so please copy paste it from there if you are willing to register with us for the TOEFL course. So this is just for GRE. It is also applicable for another kind of course which we are giving the discount on. So as you can see here, it is for TOEFL plus GRE as well. So it's the same code which you have to apply, and you can save a lot of money. You can avail special discounts on it. Okay. Thank you so much, ma'am. Vishal says, well, welcome, Vishal. And guys, thank you so much for joining us live today. Not just today, but every day. In fact, it's a great experience for all of us, and you get to interact with me live. You get to ask your doubts live. That's great, right? So I'll be seeing you now on Monday with a fresh class with a fresh topic. And till then, you take care. It's a weekend. So have a great weekend, and definitely I'll see you soon. Till then, in the weekends, please practice your session and please rewatch our videos on the YouTube channel with the same name. Also subscribe to our YouTube channel. And for registration, I have already told you what you have to do. You have to just click on the link which is given in the description below. And also please share it with your family and friends whom you think they need the TOEFL classes for free. Okay, they cannot pay much, so please do share with them. It will really help them, and I'm sure these classes are going to be a boon in your life if you practice enough along with these classes. Please just don't rely on these classes. I am telling you, I'm giving you my word. If you practice enough, persistently, that means continuously without any break, and you keep watching our videos on a daily basis, nothing like that, because it's a very good revision that way, right? Okay, so I'll not take much of your time. Thank you so much for joining us, and I'll see you soon. Take care.